Hi, it's Hillary with Lazy Lima DIY, my little crafty corner of the YouTubes. And today I thought I'd just make this little quick video making some earrings with the theme of crafts to quarantine by, or quarantine to craft by, crafty quarantine crafts. I don't know. Anyway, I am on a short self-imposed quarantine. I am not sick. No one I know is sick. And I just thought, every couple of days, let's try to stay in. Let's just stay at home and be crafty. So I made some earrings, and I thought, let's make some more. I also made these, which are little, oops, turn around, Buddha. Little Buddha heads. Aren't they cute? I thought I'd have some fun with some copper, little coppery brass sort of metal frames here that have 3 holes on the bottom and then the 1 hole on the top for your earring wire. And I put these on earlier with a wire wrap that kind of sucks balls. But I'm just going to put the other pieces on with a little split ring, a little jump ring, and call it a day. I know what I'm going to do. Here's my 2 little patterns. I had to play around with them a lot to decide, how I wanted to put them on. And that was, that would have been about as exciting as watching paint dry for y'all. So in the effort of making this video, I'm gonna be completely honest. I already shot the video and it was 1 hour and 10 minutes long and I did not feel like editing it. So I just trashed it. 'Cause this is a very simple project, just using beads and stuff that I have and my tools, and we're just popping some beaded wires onto an already hanging decorative framey bit. I don't know what to call that thing, but anyway, I just want to show you that I'm making my loop. I start out by bending this forward so it gets like the little hook at the end, because I don't want it to be like just a hump. I want it to go boom like that. I'm going to go ahead and bend the camera down so you can see what we're doing on our table here. And I lost the little piece that I normally do my jewelry on, which is more of a neutral sort of a pink, so I'm just using a fancy piece of minky here, so sorry about that. Okay, so we're just going to continue to make our loop, and once we get here we know how much we can cut off. Oops, there we go. And I just put my hand over to contain the extra piece. This is it that flew off. You don't want it flying all over your room for your dog to find later on. So we're just closing that loop. You see your pliers that the size is graded. So if you end up that you don't have enough room to close your loop, bring it to the front and there's probably just enough there to close the loop. And so that loop is closed, and we're going to move on to our second one here. And so now I'm starting toward the end, making the curve. Checking it out, cutting it off. Yeah, when I attempted to wire wrap all of the strips onto the framework, it did not work well. Mostly because I wanted to use these head pins because they have the little ball on the end, but this is the only length that I have in this, and it's about 1.5 to 2 inches long, and it didn't give me enough playroom to. Okay, so there is our second one. So when we put our earrings together, this will go like that. So now we're going to work on the ones that we cut off. So it gets a seed bead, and then, oops, little mother of pearl bead, another seed bead, gold stone bead, and those are really special. I love the way they glitter there. And then another seed bead, and jasper. So that matches this one, and we're ready to put our loop in. Cut. Okay, so that matches that. Oh, we're just gonna straighten that out a bit. That was kind of hairy. There we go. So those two match each other. Now it's time for our last one, which is this one here. So we're gonna put on our seed bead. Oops. You know what? That's what we're looking at. We're looking at 15s. So we're just going to put a few more on the mat because it's a little easier when you have more than one to aim at. So there we go. One, and then our jasper bead, and then another seed. Ah, come on, guys. Work with me. So, okay, there's our seed. Then there's our little coppery disc. I end up getting a lot of beads at like thrift stores and estate sales and whatnot. And so a lot of times I don't know where they came from, and I'm not sure exactly, you know, how many I have. So, seed bead, mother of pearl. I don't know what that is, but I'm calling it a mother of pearl. And the final seed bead. There we go. So that's our final strand there. Bend and give us our little loop, a little trim. There we go. So we have our earrings here with our little disc, and oops, here. I like things that are asymmetrical. Sometimes that might drive people crazy, but what can I say? I gotta be me. So we're just going to open. These are rather large jump rings, but I think they're going to be just fine. And the way you just want to open them is you want to slide them open. You don't want to pull them apart. And we're just going to drop our bead string on there. And we're good. And make sure we get the opposite. So we're just pulling that apart here. And then here. And we have our little dangles. So we have 2 more. And if you have to squeeze your jump rings together because there's still a bit of a hole, come at it sort of perpendicularly and just go from both ends very gently so you maintain that round shape. And here we go, last one. Drop that on, here we go. And we're just going to, oops, bring that together. And it's good. Okay, so there's our 2 beautiful earrings. So we're ready for our earring wires, and we're just going to pull up our copper findings. Here's just our copper ear wires. Let's get 2 of those out. Come on. Come on, buddies. Oh, well, okay, the whole gang went to come out and play. The thing I like about these, I have a love-hate relationship with these kind of ear wires. I just like the way that they're very, they're slightly ornamental, but not enough that it takes away from the earring. What I hate about it is this end is very short. I usually bend them and straighten them out a little bit. So I take away some of the curve so that it hangs more downward than outward, because I think this way they're more likely to come apart and get lost. Now, the way that this hangs, you can see here, is my ring is going to go on, and my necklace will, my earring will hang like this. So I don't need to use a jump ring on here. I can just put these directly onto the framework, which is what we're going to do. So we're just going to pop that open a little bit. Oops, a little bit more. Oops. Make sure it's hanging the right way. So when you hang your earring the way it'll go into your ear, you want to make sure that it's hanging in the right direction. And then we're just going to pop that closed. And boom, finished earring. So on this one, we're just going to alter the shape like we did on the other by pinching and pulling, and that's the new shape. And we are going to pop this open, add our earring, make sure it's hanging in the right direction. Sometimes if you have, like if this had a bail on it that was going this way, you know, instead of just going from the front of the framework to the back, if it was going from the side of the framework to the other side, you may need to use a jump ring on your ear wire to get that to hang straight. And then we just close that. Is it closed? And there we go. So ta-da! Earrings. I think they came out pretty well. I think they're going to look cute on some ears. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I think I'll probably keep them for myself. They were a little amateurish, and I'm not sure I like how I got the distribution of beads, but I think they're cute. These are ones that I made earlier. I'm just going to plop them down here. And if you see these earring wires, they're longer, so I don't really mind that they've kind of got this weird shape to them. However, sometimes I find, like when you put them in your ears, this bit is sort of fly away and it'll kind of hit you in the back behind your ear. But I think these are heavy enough that they're always gonna hang straight down. Thank you so much for watching, and I invite you to subscribe to my channel. I put up videos when I want to, and I encourage everybody to just get out there and make something. And thank you so much. Toodles.